Hi everybody, I hope we're live. Can you guys see us and hear us? Goodness, I hope you can. Because we've really worked hard on being able to give you this cool setup. We have Diana, she's in your bottom left corner. Wave, Diana. And then we have Carmelita in the top right. Hello, she's waving.
We're trying out a new setup, so bear with us.
Bear with us. And if you see that we're, like coming in and out, just let us know on chat. Just type it in on chat and we'll be able to see that comment. Okay girls, so how you doing? Let's talk about Diana. Why don't you tell us what's been going on with you, Di?
Well, finally I had my surgery. Everything looks great. The cancer was encapsulated in the uterus, which left it at stage 1 with no cancer anywhere else. So I'm just waiting for the healing process to take place. I haven't been in pain, but other than that, everything's been going good. But we're planning an event for us pair babes, and we'll do that at the end of July. I already got that. So we're done.
Yes, we're gonna go because why not, right? We want to have fun and enjoy life and celebrate that you're with us.
Yes,
ready
we'll
to
try
party.
and take some pictures. Everything for our live show.
Yes, and we're working really hard at giving you guys like the best quality show we can give you.
I know we just barely got this SLS thing set up. I don't know if you guys can see the SLS screen.
Yeah, so we just got that today, so that we're lucky that it came in right when we were live with you guys. So right now it's set up facing Carmelita, so you're probably gonna be seeing on your bottom right, or as you're viewing it bottom left, like that when she moves around, you wanna wave your arm.
Yeah.
When she moves around, she's like a crazy stick figure. So if you see another stick figure near her, I don't know, it's an anomaly. Right now, we've been testing it today. We got it this afternoon. And if you see anything else and that something's going on that we can't explain, right?
Exactly.
So on her screen, she'll show you she has that EMF going, the K2 meter. And she also got this little... It's kind of like a plasma ball,
but the non-dangerous, the non-lethal plasma ball.
And I want to give credit to Irish Whiskey who gave us the idea. He actually has one. This one is also portable. You can use batteries with it. And he gave us this idea. He said that it helps with energy. So we decided to get one.
I think it'll work. Thank you, Irish Whiskey.
So what did you guys two girls talk about what you were going to talk about tonight?
I don't know. All I know is that we're going to talk about auras and psychic abilities and things like that, all that fun stuff.
And medium and belonging to a mediumship, and what the different abilities are, I think, is what we are going to talk about as well, like holistic abilities. But I did want to start off talking maybe a little bit about the history of people of the living talking with people of the dead. And it's been noted, and this is from Wikipedia, I actually put up a research in. So the indigenous people of the area of Australia, 20,000 years ago. So we gotta think about 20,000 years ago. The indigenous people were doing paintings of old, like hieroglyphic paintings of people of the living, and showing like skulls and the bones of the body, as if the people of the living speaking with the people of the dead. So it is really interesting because Indonesia is 10 years further back in their paintings. So they did find it in their caves, their caves.
Well, you know what I heard, Diana, that the Etruscans, it's kind of like they would keep their their family members, the skulls especially, and they would paint them and keep them in their house, and they would, you know, have them around, kind of like if they were around while they were alive.
Boy, that's pretty interesting.
Uh-huh.
I never did hear anything. So how many years ago was that?
Well, I can't really tell you, but definitely I took an art history class, and I found that out, you know, at that time.
So it's almost like how they use waste and everything.
Right. So there's like a huge history of how people would, you know, display, I guess, their loved ones, or do like certain rituals to kind of keep them alive, to kind of you know, in their hearts and their minds.
Preserve, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting, and they have a lot of different. It's not anything new, and in the paranormal world, it's all relative, because we want to hear about this. We want to know, hey, what kind of answers did they get? What were the, and I think we could talk about in another show, what tools were used to communicate these before we had the technology and the electricity and everything that we use nowadays. What did they use in old times? I know back in the train was that you can actually use the power of the train going by to help you get communication. I've seen that done too.
Or how about water? Like water,
Yes.
natural stuff. Water,
Yes.
wind, even rain.
Dowsing
Like-
rods too. Dowsing rods.
It's interesting who came up with those things. I know there was a gentleman that made them. They were actually together. They were kind of more like this, like this, in a V shape with the handles, and then you would just kind of like walk around aimlessly,
Yeah.
and then see, you know, where you would find water and just kind of dig there.
Right.
That's pretty strange. So
Well, let's go ahead and go on to different types of abilities that both mediums and psychics have. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So some of the abilities are pretty self-explanatory, I think. We've had plenty of different ones. Telepathy is one of them. Oh gosh, second sight.
Yeah.
The spirit guides, because we all have spirit guides who are messengers,
That's the
and they
most
act
common
as
one.
messengers. I'm sorry.
That's the most common one.
Yes, but the chronic. I read about one called chronic kinesis,
Yeah.
which is the ability, like, to alter the perception of time, how it's running, how it seems, and how it appears to be a little bit slower, or it will speed up. So that one is a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
love
That
to-
one was kind of like, you know, the car accidents that we were talking about the other day.
Mm-hmm. And have you heard of scrying? Scrying means that they can look into the medium with, in order to get a view of her information, what information she's providing.
Is
That
kind of
one's
like
really-
channeling?
Kind of like, I think channeling has a little bit more. I mean, mediums have a little bit different, I think, abilities and talents than some psychics, because of course you have psychics and mediums that can both see apparitions. especially apparitions and auras. They can feel things because you know a little bit more about the differences, Car, as far as like what is it, clairvoyance,
Oh yeah, clairvoyant, clairsentient.
clairsentience. Mm-hmm. And these are all the abilities that um, clairvoyance is being able to see clearly objects
Uh huh.
and people that are on the other side.
Right.
And
Whisper.
clairsense is to hear them. Seeing, I can't, it's hard to pronounce these ones. Smelling and sensing are the two other ones as
Uh huh.
well. So you can smell and sense. I've been to a medium that she can see shadows. That's what she can see, is
Oh.
shadows of people. And she gets clear voices coming to her and trying to ask her to convey. I think on the first one that I went to, she was sure that it was my grandmother, and I never met my grandmother. And she said, "But she knows you so well." That's the interesting part. It's like, okay, well, obviously the things that I saw as a kid, type of thing. But I've always been interested in the feeling and the sensing. Now, the feeling, I get feelings.
Yeah,
Um,
and not all shadow people are evil. I mean,
no, 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 no,
it's just
no.
the like the essence of a person that can't manifest themselves into like what we look
The-
like today,
yes,
right now, in the
yes.
present, in the living. Like it.
So there's the feeling and the sensing, right? You feel and sense that person is the person you need to be speaking with for the person sitting in front of you.
What about levitation? That's kind of cool.
Yes. And I don't like to talk about props, but they talk a lot about it in history. How before we had all of this technology, it was somewhat easier to fraud people. That's what they're saying. And that's a difficult part because I think a lot of people go for answers. And
Yeah.
I truly believe mediums, going to one for me, and this is my opinion,
Right.
helped me. It's almost like going to an hour of therapy.
You know what? I think that a medium definitely would be someone that would, challenge, channel and
Hmm.
open like communication, sort of like how we use the spirit box and things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Which,
I don't know if we're able to pin below after the live show. If we can pin below my medium called the call to heaven that she did, the two videos in that the two calls in that one video, and it's not really a video, it's actually notating everything that happened,
yeah,
the conditions I was in, everything like that. To get an idea, I would suggest watching that and listening to it, and really using that sense of hearing. One thing I wanted to ask you, Carmen, when we do our PSB sevens and we blindfold you and we put the earphones on and all you hear is the PSB seven, you don't hear any of our questions, nothing like that. You're only giving us. And we had an instance because I guess we're going to have to really hone in on what you're feeling, Carmen, because you actually felt where we took as, oh, it's a threat with a word, and we thought the word was a little bit more threatening than the actual action you're feeling and hearing on your end.
yeah. It's almost um like actually one time I thought I felt like someone touched me on my shoulder one time, but I was like,
That's really cool.
yeah, it was like it. I was like, what's happening? You know, like maybe they were trying to like make me look over there, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was blindfolded, so how could I look over there? But definitely my other feelings start to like kick in. It's almost like an instinct that you have as a
Yeah,
human
because
being.
it's kind of like how they talk about with direct voice channeling and physical mediumship. I
Right.
guess this is part where the spirit manipulates your energies,
Yeah.
um, I guess, with the spirit itself or spirits, depending on how many are around.
Oh yeah.
So if
I
you're
feel
able
more
to
than one.
feel, yeah, and it's feeling any of that, especially a touch,
Yeah.
because the touches are there. So, there's different things. I love the history. I love the fact that when we try to communicate, we can maybe go over the older ways, because we know the dowsing rod, the pendulum, and the Ouija board are the main staples of what originally was used to
Right.
communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It had no kinetic energy, no nothing that we could use
Mm-hmm.
other than rain outside, wind, maybe the energy of a steam train, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do you think those are the only ones that you could think of that I mentioned?
Well, I know that there's other like there's guides, people that or essences or spirits that maybe were around before we were even born.
Mm-hmm. Because the guides actually are the interpreters from. They act as the middle person.
Yeah, the
So
middleman.
where we go to buy a car, there's a dealer as the middle person in order to sell you the car. And then you pay the company and the dealer gets a commission. So he's the middleman. Same thing with like your real estate agent. Your real estate agent is the middleman to help you gain what you want as far as a home. So I think that's what mediums are.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one we can really look at as far as a fictional type of movie would be Ghost
Mm-hmm.
and her abilities. I mean, they're describing plenty of the abilities that we talk about.
Yeah. It's because their senses are stronger, so they don't need that stuff. They don't need that. I guess a way to communicate because they communicate directly, not through like say a pendulum or whatever or K2 with lights or any of that stuff. They just kind of hone in by just touching the person or looking at them or feeling an object or um, I don't know. They just kind of start saying things like it's not in any kind of chronological order. It's something that just is whatever they're being shown by either guides or family members, right? So it's kind of cool. We were talking about mediumship. I don't know if you guys can hear Diana, but we're talking about how, um, like the channeler or a psychic or a medium is they're completely different things. They how they use your energy um, to try to communicate with your loved ones. So they touch you to kind of get a sense of the energy, to try to get a vision, to actually, look at you in the eye and see what they get, you know. other senses kick in, like maybe the sixth sense kicks in because I'm blinded. I don't have my sight, and I have my hearing, but I don't hear what's outside of the actual headphones. I only hear the PSP7. I only hear what the spirits have to say, and the frequencies that are running through the PSP7, and I just kind of mention what's happening and what they're telling me, and hopefully they answer what's going on. With what they are actually, the girls are actually asking around. Scooby just joined us, as you can see. He needs to be near his mom.
She might not be talking. Is she talking?
Yeah, she's talking. We're trying to get everything, situated and up for you guys. Trying to get some cool stuff, set up. So far we've got our pendulum board and grid. We've got our little plasma beam here, our para beam. We can touch. It's not dangerous, so don't get scared. And then we have our K2 meter. That okay. So let's do
So,
this. Let's do this.
yes, I
One
mean,
more try.
we've been trying for the past couple hours, so hopefully the fact that my phone's been drained and we've only been on for how long have we been on?
Yeah,
Because we
we've
were
been on for
testing at
not that
6.
much, not that long. At least I don't think. Um,
It's just strange because all of a sudden I got this thing saying, "Oh, you're at 20%. Do you want to go to power saver mode?" Huh? You were
but
100% when I started this thing.
yeah,
Now
no,
you're
thank
down to
you.
less than 20?
I'll just plug it in.
Yes.
So I
So
want to say
that's what
hi
I
to everyone
did.
in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your support, and we
Yes, thank you.
appreciate you liking, subscribing, and sharing to our channel, and listening to what we have to say. It's um, very simple, and we have a humble chat. And thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it very much, and we appreciate you being here, Diana, because I know you've been through some stuff and surgery and
Oh,
um,
yeah.
yeah, and just let us know if you get tired or if you have to take your medication. You have to go me.
Yeah, so that might very well happen here shortly.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
if it
cause
does, I'll let you know. But I am sitting in a nice, comfy office chair, and I got a pillow and everything cushioning me. So hopefully that'll give me a little bit longer because I know that we like to talk and get caught up and everything.
hmm.
So that's a good thing.
So what do you think about what is the word like teleportation and the the apportation the teleportation of objects? How do you think that happens? I don't know what you guys think.
I really have not researched that. But
I'm.
listen, if
Mhm.
I could transport something from now to 30 years ago or 30 years in the future, I think that's pretty interesting. I've always loved time capsules. I've always been interested in time travel. I mean, the
Yeah.
primitive time travel we talk about right now is we go to different areas like the East Coast Standard Time. You're jumping anywhere between 3 to 4 hours
I know that's interesting. I don't
ahead.
know how they do that,
Yeah,
but
I mean that's true time travel.
mhm.
When I went to Japan, and there's a line that they say differentiates this, and it's a vertical line on the Earth's atmosphere. When you go like we're here on this
Mhm.
side of that line,
Yeah.
okay, and we're in because Hawaii is 3 hours behind us. They're 3 hours behind us.
Mhm.
So once you hit that line, now you're going into the next day. So technically speaking, if we look at it this way, Pacific Standard Time, where we are in Southern California,
Uh-huh.
We're 3 hours ahead of Hawaii, but we're 16 to 24 hours behind the people on this side of the world. When I went to Japan, I believe it's 16 hours ahead.
Yeah, it's
So
at least a 20-hour
technically,
flight or something, right?
exactly,
Oh, that's crazy.
exactly. So if it's that case and we have that much difference, because I
Mhm.
know with it being 10 hours, oh, can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because it just says TSW Parachat investigation on the screen.
Oh, Diana says that there's TSW Parachat on the screen.
There's no picture of us anymore.
I think the screen went away. But I think we're fine on here. I see us.
Yeah, they can hear us,
Hmm.
which is good. We're just going through the starting again. But, I think that time differentiation, we're already traveling in it. Now, is there a way that we could travel years ahead or years behind?
I know.
If anybody has their opinion and would like to let us know how they feel about it, I'd love to hear what the viewers are saying.
Yeah. I mean, I want to know how that works, you know. And like we talked about before, about the lines, you know,
Yes.
they're probably like magnetically charged. Maybe that kind of pushes or creates a certain boundary of energy. And then the shifting of the, sun and the moon, it kind of,
Mhm.
you know, like polar opposites.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm
Yes.
explaining myself correctly, but it's
But I
something.
understand it
Yeah.
because we have to, so if the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, where does it originally rise? Where is the where is that point
The
that
origin
it
point.
originally rises
Hmm.
from and sets to? Because it can't be that we are the last people. It
Right.
has to be Hawaii in our realm. Hawaii is behind us.
Hmm.
So if Hawaii's behind us, they're the last ones to get sunset.
I think it's called the event horizon. I don't know if
Hmm.
I'm saying that wrong, or maybe not explaining myself, or maybe like you said, just the origin point. Maybe it's as simple as that. That's what they call it.
Exactly.
Uh huh.
Exactly.
Yes. We're talking about auras. Yeah. Um, what is your take on auras? I think everyone has them. Everyone has a color aura, and it's around their body, hmm and that can be captured. Everyone has energy. I don't know about the colors, what they mean, but I believe in that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to look those up too for
Yeah,
a future
definitely.
show. Just
It's,
put a whole
especially
mosh
what the colors
posh.
mean.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Like, I've heard that there actually people do photography with auras. I don't know how you would even begin to even capture such an essence, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know if
It is.
anyone in the chat knows about that or knows anyone that does aura photography.
Yeah, because I'd really love to know about it too.
I want to do that. That'd be fun.
And that's just a spirit connected to you. It doesn't have to be
Mhm.
anyone you know. It could be a spirit connected to you,
It's just
which
your
is a good
energy,
thing.
your,
Mm-hmm.
where it's coming from. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
know that there's like your chakras or whatever, like your crown. I want to take the picture of my aura. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Me too. I'd love to see it.
Um, and also, I don't know if you dove into like auto writing. I don't know.
Oh, I've seen, that there's a couple mediums I watch on television.
I've never heard of that. Can you tell me about that?
Well, it's actually just starting to write. Some people just write circles. it may not necessarily say anything
Uh-huh.
to you, like my son or Jim or Tim, that kind of thing. What it's saying stuff to you, but you have the ability to write out. Now, I've watched one medium who's very famous on television
Oh, it's like
actually
channeling,
write
huh?
a word.
It's like channeling,
Yes,
but
it
like
is.
closing your eyes and then just letting your hand do writing and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
It is.
I've seen that in movies. I don't know, like seances and stuff. People bring,
Mhm. And it
other.
it really is. And
I think.
I love that and maybe it's almost like thotography is essentially the imprint of images from mind onto surfaces.
Oh, like manifesting your visions on into the
Yeah.
physical. That's kind of
Yes.
cool. Like it's almost like
That would be interesting.
what I was seeing, like the colors when I have my eyes closed. Well, I have the PSP 7 in my ears. Like maybe like
Mhm.
the colors mean something, or like it's all connected somehow. But you
Yeah, and
can.
all these different abilities and talents that people are able to by birth obtain or open mentally to,
Mhm.
it creates a lot of different things. These There's quite a bit of abilities. And the direct voice, which is essentially when the spirit speaks directly to the medium. So I've had this happen, and of course, what we consider EVPs, and the medium I went to, um, she was very good. Her name is Rebecca Faring, and
She does
there's a
she
mhm.
does things on Facebook every Friday,
Yes,
right?
she's on
Yeah.
Facebook Watch on Thursdays.
Mhm.
She does on LA Talk Radio. She does a show called, I think, Walking with Ghosts.
Oh.
So it's a very interesting one. Again, it's on LA Talk Radio. Her name is Rebecca Faring. She's very good. I've seen her on a few shows. Only well, two shows.
Uh-huh.
One show she went multiple times with. The other show she was on one time, and that was it. But if you watch The Housewives of Beverly Hills, she's been on that a couple times.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, I loved it, and I love going to her. I do want to go again after
Mhm.
I'm completely well.
Yeah,
So
and
a
then
friend of mine put me with her, put me in touch with her, and I really love it.
well,
And it
everyone in
has
chat
helped me.
I know has been putting together their energies for you when you were in hospital and stuff,
Oh yes,
and
thank you
even before
everyone.
you went in. So thank you everybody.
And I have to say that the power of prayer and the power of the good thoughts and
Yeah.
energies that everyone has put forth really helped, because I found out today that the seriousness was stage 1, and he was talking like a level 2, but if it's stage 1, that's all I cared about.
Right.
And it didn't hit anything else other than my uterus.
But I
So
think that
that's what was helpful.
the mind is very powerful. Like
Yes, and I do
very.
notice that.
That like even if you have like say your stomach hurts or something and you're like
Mhm.
thinking, oh man, my stomach really hurts, and then you just kind of close your eyes and imagine
Yes.
that your stomach no longer hurts, and then it
Mhm.
dissipates. It's weird. It's like you
Yeah,
have.
because your energy, cuz
Hmm.
moment you try, what I've always thought about is, let's say somebody says something
Hmm.
and you hear them say these words, and let's say um my confidence level is low. Let's use those words, okay?
Uh-huh.
So if I say to you, my confidence is low today. So what's going to happen if you keep speaking that all day? Is your week now going to be where you're not as confident?
Right. Your
Or could it
vibrations are
last?
going to be low.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So
You're
you're speaking it. I've always thought, and this is my opinion, if you speak it into an existence, it will happen. So same thing with prayer. If you give someone prayer that or you ask whoever you
yeah,
pray to give the energy to me so I don't have what I have.
exactly.
And
To kind of
whether you
send the
have
energy
prayer.
your way and
Exactly.
the
And I've had
frequencies.
so many people do this, and I am so thankful that they did, because if this is the turnout from cancer, I can't complain, because he told me today no chemo and no radiation
Wow,
whatsoever.
that's
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 how well we caught it.
that's powerful. That's
Yes.
the energy was strong, and even
Yep.
I think your family members in the other realm or wherever they may be, where they dwell.
Hmm.
And this is why we do what we do to kind of get our answer. But you know,
Well, I
especially.
have to say, I think last week when we did our little test in my home,
Mhm.
and you guys came to visit me since I was homeward bound,
Mhm.
mostly bed bound at that time,
Yeah.
but it is a comfortable place to be, I'll have to say that much. Um it did you said something that really caught me, because I was like, okay, Carmen took that off, and I was like, I think she's been underneath there a little bit too long. Let's go ahead and start slowing this down.
Yeah.
And you said something like, your family's not as urgent as they were before your surgery. And that
Right.
just played on the fact that, hey, we got these different things going on,
Mhm.
and we're able to now they are able to tell me now how they were feeling.
Exactly. Like their sense of urgency was it.
Mhm.
Like it's. I mean, they're still around, but like not as prominent
Mhm.
as they were before.
Exactly. So
And
they weren't that manic. It's
mhm.
almost like a manic of, I need to talk to her, I need to talk to her, I need to
Mhm.
talk to her, to let's start having fun with her. It's
Right. They're like, oh, she's okay now, so let's,
mm,
you know,
let's start joking around, because we
yeah.
had the word witch, and according to us, we were thinking, who's this witch? And what
Well,
is the witch doing here? We don't want the witch here. And
it
of
didn't
course, it's in my bedroom.
it
So
didn't
that kind
seem
of
ominous to me, so maybe I
no.
should have said it in a different way. But like
No,
I was,
I think what it is too, they probably give you an inkling, but it's hard to convey to us
yeah.
when you're in that state what you're feeling. That's why a lot of the times when we do this, I like to know what you were feeling, how they made you feel while your senses were heightened and decreased.
Well, I felt like I was trying to really focus and pay attention. Like
Mhm.
it didn't scare me, so if it would have scared me, I would have ripped the everything up. But like,
Yeah.
but it didn't
Yeah.
scare me, so I was fine. But
And I think the name mentioned was John. And do you know, I don't think I even had to hear it from you that it was in a joking pattern, because I
mhm.
started feeling it was only a joke. It was only a joke. That's the feeling and the hearing that I'm getting on the inside.
They're probably calling me a witch,
Yeah. Well,
but
they're
who knows?
probably saying that the things we're doing were witch-esque
Yeah.
in the scheme of things from history.
And now we're talking about like me being blindfolded and doing a PSP7 session in Diana's room. We went to visit her not that long ago, and we we did a PSP7 session, and I was completely blindfolded, and I had the headphones on,
and I couldn't hear anything, and then I happened to say witch, and then everyone freaked out. And
Yeah, we
I
sure
wasn't
did.
like,
It
I,
was wow.
I mean, it didn't feel ominous or anything, so I didn't like take off my blindfold or anything or feel, like I was threatened. But I think that they were maybe calling me a witch or something that I was trying to channel or
Yeah.
something because
Hmm.
that's what they would call, someone who would communicate or try to communicate with with the dead or
And and we don't want the spirit to feel that they can't talk and communicate. What was it that spirit said in Spanish? Something
oh,
about being embarrassed or something?
in Spanish they said vergüenza, which means embarrassed. So
Yeah.
they probably were embarrassed for saying that.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe during this time it wasn't a good idea to say witch.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we just don't know. And even if you were to tell us, it's also your interpretation of what's happening
You
in
sound
there.
like you're underwater. Diane
Who I
sounds
do?
perfect, but you sound like you're underwater. So
Oh,
I'm gonna test a new microphone.
Diana, you sound okay, but it sounds like I'm underwater. So we're gonna take a quick break.
1 second.
Okay, guys,
Yes.
Hold on a second.
take a quick break. Okay,
That's
so another thing that I wanted to talk about was uh, prophecy. I don't know what,
mm,
or like I don't know what do you think about that? I
prophecy in the biblical form or just prophecy in the medium form, because both of them are pretty interesting.
I didn't know
Because
anything.
anybody could foresee the future if they delve into their senses deep enough. You
I don't know.
can be a prophecy.
So explain how the mediumship prophecy works. I've never heard of that.
Prophecy is predict the future. So how were they able to? Okay, there's two. There's
Precognition.
precognition,
Mm-hmm.
which is see the future.
Uh-huh.
Prophecy is to predict the future.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yes.
certain.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, we're always given the option. It's like the devil on one side, your angel on another shoulder. So whoever can not trick you, but help you make a decision, whether it's wrong and you still want to make it, you'll make it. And if you want to do something in the right side to be good, then your mind will veer towards that. I mean, of course, you would stand there and say, should I threaten bodily harm to this person?
Right.
Now, your
But
thought process is, I'd never do that in the day of my life. So why am I going to sit and start now, right?
right. And you have the power to choose how your outcome will be, right? So
Yes,
your free will.
exactly.
And that your outcome changes depending on your choice, right?
Exactly. And you have the power to make the right change for yourself and to make the wrong changes. It's all perception on how a person perceives it, not anyone else outside of you. So me is you, me, you, Cass, Angie, our other pair babe. We all have that ability. So that's why our future can be seen, but there's still changes to that future.
Yeah.
And here comes time travel. If we are able to time travel to the past, what changes would we make? Well, we can't make those changes.
No, it
If
would
it hasn't changed now, it'll never change.
right. It would create a paradox or
Yes.
some sort of rift in time.
Yes, that'll end up having to be made up somewhere else
Right. And then there will be
because the new future, which is our history, will then have to be retold and re-explained.
exactly because there's a difference in the
Hmm.
rift, and it causes like a ripple effect, almost
Yes,
like you throw
because
a
if this
stone.
one thing changes, this next five things might change.
Exactly, the butterfly effect. I don't know if anyone
Exactly.
has heard about that. I know you have. Uh,
Hmm.
the
And if you watch the movie The Butterfly Effect, oh my gosh.
That's such a trippy
Every,
movie.
huh?
That's such a trippy movie.
Yes. And isn't it based on a true story?
Yes, uh, on a certain guy that
Mm-hmm.
he did like an experiment.
Yep.
Uh huh.
And every time he went back and made a change, it went even worse
Yeah,
every time after that.
because something changed in every
Hmm.
single time that he went back or moved forward or whatever. He was there, or he would
Hmm.
see himself. Be like, you're not supposed to meet yourself. You know,
Oh,
like
they say that's the worst thing you could do is meet yourself.
right.
It
Yeah,
maybe that's like a paradox.
yeah. That causes the ripple effect, and then the
Yeah.
ripple. Who knows when it ends? If it's infinite, if it's up to infinity, up
Hmm.
to like it just echoes throughout time, and it just causes um, effects, and it
Yes.
starts breaking down the building blocks of what was already told.
Yeah, because you're technically messing with what should be,
I can't hear you guys.
what should technically
There
have
we go.
happened.
Get back.
You're trying to find that particular time and that particular part of history to change. It's not like you're going through and saying, I need to change 10 things, and you change 10 things, and hopefully everything will be all right.
Right.
It's
That's
what then happens in the future part of history, and so on and so forth.
mhm. which gives it a reason why it's so difficult to even go back or
Hmm.
way forward in the future or in
Exactly,
the
because if
past.
we tried to change
Hmm.
if we tried to change uh, President Lincoln's
Assassination.
living
Yeah.
and him dying in the Ford Theater, what would happen today?
Right. I'm pretty sure that maybe racism would be a little bit different. Maybe there wouldn't be any
Hmm.
racism. Who knows? The possibilities are infinite. The the
Exactly.
echo of the ripple effect would
Hmm.
cause a dramatic change.
Exactly. And I think people's perceptions as well during that time were a little bit skewed because nowadays there's nothing we can change. History happened the way history happened, and it was
Yeah.
supposed to happen that way. Is
Hmm.
it right? Is it good? Is it fair? I don't think any of those are.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to say whether that was right or fair
Now,
because I can't look back 100 or 200 years to
now when you talk about
make this.
prophecy, like how there are certain things that are written in a book,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then that you expect these things to happen or
Mhm.
to manifest or unfold at a certain
Mhm.
time, or I don't know. Nobody knows the time. Nobody knows
No.
what's gonna happen, but it is written there. And what do you think about that? Like,
Listen, we all have the power of choice. I think even if it's written, there's still a way that that could be erased based on the decision that you make. It's
mhm.
all free will. It's all free will.
Like
It
it's
could be
not set in stone.
written. No, no. It's actually an erasable ink, and it could disappear as quick as it could show us.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, Uh,
And
I, now
go ahead.
I wanna like, because there's like paintings and things like that, stories that were pre-told and all that stuff, and it's interesting. I like the artwork. I like the, you know, the history. But
It
like
is, and that kind of
sometimes,
history. Oh,
right? Sometimes these things come to pass. Sometimes they don't. You know, or
mm-hmm.
maybe they haven't happened yet. I mean, that's the interesting part of it, and deciphering um, these things. For example, like say the, you know, when it happened, the doomsday calendar, I guess the Aztec,
Mm,
or the that certain things are misinterpreted because of, like
mm-hmm.
say, language barrier, or pictographs, or maybe there was like an extra leaf in the image, and then it could have been misconstrued
Mm-hmm.
like into a doomsday when it really means like eternity or peace or something.
Yes.
uh, Stuff like that can happen. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know exactly, you
No,
know,
we don't. No, we don't.
what the future will, you know, will hold, you know.
Exactly.
And
Well,
it's exciting and scary at the same time.
exactly. And I'm gonna love it this evening because I know we haven't really had a chance to play with the SLS,
Hmm.
but I would love to open up something to white light spirits because right now you have something you turned on that's flashing, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm seeing the flashing a little bit, not so much now.
Oh, in the image, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And I think if we're able to maybe can we put it in your backyard and set up in your backyard next week?
We can probably get an extender. We would have to probably do that, but you know, yeah, like maybe we can try messing around with the SLS now. Let's see, now that we
Mhm.
have it hooked up. I mean, we actually did it, guys. I don't know how we did it. We just kind of, you know, put together and a lot of YouTube videos, you know, and that's the power of YouTube, that, you know, that it's a community and that we all, you know, gather together and learn, you know, open communication and see what we can find on the SLS. Earlier, when we were messing around with it, we sort of saw something in the background, in the distance,
Wow.
you know, like moving around like another skeleton image. I guess when I go like this, like you can kind of see, like, I don't know if you can see it, Diana. Um,
No, I can't. Not yet.
yeah.
It's just a lot of lag and
Uh huh.
everything. Oh, why is my battery going so low?
Uh
It
oh.
keeps clicking on like it's not charging.
Probably because you're working it overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck at that. I guess Cass is back because we saw her hair in my webcam.
Okay, so I think it's charging now.
Okay, good. Charge
Yeah.
it, baby.
So yeah, it keeps
Okay,
giving
so
me a
guys,
hard time there.
we're gonna try to, you know, um, maybe have someone appear in the SLS. I don't know if we can. We've never done this before. We've never used the SLS, so we're gonna just kind of wing it and go with the flow and see what happens. We actually have this little plasma ball here in the center of the table, um, recommended by Irish Whiskey, and we are using this to kind of um, gather some
I just
energy.
saw a flash there, a couple more flashes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm seeing flashes in front of Carmen on the SLS
Uh huh.
screen.
Okay. So I
They're like
think,
little flashes.
well, the flashes I think are normal because I guess
No, it doesn't
depending.
make them all the time. It
Oh, it
just,
doesn't.
no, it's not doing
Oh,
it right now, but it did it a minute ago.
okay. Well, we just kind of have to get, you know, used to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what it
What
does.
it's showing.
Uh huh. So I'm gonna try to, you know, move around and stuff like that, and hopefully, you
Exactly.
know,
it captures me. Okay, there it is. I think it's getting me now.
Hmm.
So I'm in red, I think, and we're gonna go ahead and try to see if those people of the white light can join me in communicating with me by showing up and maybe sitting next to me, maybe over here. I don't know if anybody is here. If you can maybe have this flash, have my key 2 meter flash. See if
Well, did something just flash?
I'm trying to move around. We haven't got any movement this
No.
entire time. I don't know if anyone saw anything other than the flashes that you saw, Diana. But but we've been trying to see if we see anything. But earlier we saw like a skeleton. You know how kind of looks like a little um, like a stick figure,
Yes.
and it was just kind of like was there and then it wasn't for like a
Well, I
split
mean, I
second.
can open up on my end and see if we could do like a pendulum session. It'll be a little bit hard to
Say hi
do.
to Albert. Hi Albert.
Hello,
Welcome.
Albert.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming,
Thank
guys.
you.
And for those that just came in, not walked in, but jumped in on the chat, we're talking about like psychic abilities, precognition, um, teleportation,
Mm-hmm.
interpretation.
Tele, eh, what is it? Telepathy?
Uh,
One of
Sounds like
those.
tilapia, like fish.
I know. Uh, also, chronic kinesis too.
Uh-huh.
That one's an interesting one, like I said. So there's a lot of abilities
Yes.
that both mediums and psychics have. And in order to be a medium, you have to be part of a mediumship.
So kind of like a group or
Exactly.
like a
Of
like an
people.
energy group. Is that what they mean?
Probably so.
Uh
Have
huh.
you seen the one guy? I think he's on E, and his name is Taylor or Tyler. Tyler Henry, I think. He's that Hollywood, he does that Hollywood medium part, and that's that he does that writing thing that you were speaking of.
Oh, the what is it? Auto writing. Yeah.
Yes. He actually does that, and he needs objects, like objects that belong to someone to get a little bit more powerful of a reading.
Hmm.
So I am really interested in those people, but Rebecca's just been really good. I had a
Well,
really good time with her 2 times over.
I know it's such a great experience. I have Albert here.
Yeah.
Said he has teleported out of his body many times. Kind of like, is it like astral projecting, Albert? Because I know that like people lift out of their body and
Mm-hmm.
they actually see it like hovering. I don't know. I actually heard about people inducing
Mm-hmm.
dimethyltryptamine or tryptamine or whatever. It's like DMT. It's like for some people it's a drug. For some people they can self produce it. I don't know, produce it naturally by like breathing exercises, and then they can do these things.
Yeah, because
Uh
there
huh.
is a way. It says it's almost like levitation, or how about like an energy medicine? They call it
Hmm.
energy medicine, and it's that you can heal with empathic energy.
Oh wow.
If you energy manipulation would be manipulate the physical.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Well, Albert says that his out of body experiences are always from a waking state. He goes
Wakings.
directly into it.
Huh.
That's interesting.
How do you help yourself do that?
Yeah. How do
Because
you help?
that would be, I mean, you have to put yourself in that kind of energy
You have to
to
have a,
be
like a
able to put
really
that.
strong energy or really strong mind.
Hmm. You
To
really have to work
yeah,
it. I want to do this, and this is what I want. So how can I make it happen?
or to lucid dream, to be able to
Yes.
control, what's happening in your
Yep.
dream state. And that's another thing that I'm really interested in, like dreams, like your visions. Is it a
Well,
vision?
channeling is a
Uh huh.
form of trance or leaves body to allow spirit
Can
to
Diana read the
come
chat
to
too?
come
That
in.
helps. She reads the chat.
Or even physical mediumship means that they're able to manipulate a manipulation of energy by
Mm,
spirits. So
yeah.
spirit is able to physically give them this physical mediumship. They're able to take over the body
Right.
with you actually saying it's okay.
Hey Diana, quick question.
Yes.
Uh,
Hmm.
can you see the chat on your iPad?
Let me
So you
see.
guys
It's
can
very
communicate with
small.
her.
For me, it's very small,
Okay.
so it's
I
hard to see.
I just want to make sure that you're getting it and that
And mine has actually a little bit of a lag, my iPad,
Oh, okay.
because it's not plugged in or anything like that.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay,
it's
don't
hard to
worry about it.
see.
I've got it right here
Yeah.
in front of me. Albert actually said
And my
something.
eyesight's been bad. So,
Well, yeah, you're gonna have a procedure, lady.
yeah.
So just take your time with that, and I actually have it right here in
Hmm.
front of me. And he says, so here's what I mean by waking state. I meditate until I am in mind awake, body asleep state. So I'm awake the whole time. Then I will myself to change states by shifting concentration in my mind.
I
So
think I
will
read somewhere on this that
mhm.
that's like a conscious something. I forget what they call it.
He says that it feels like your consciousness expands. It's almost like a switch.
So it has to do with the meditating.
Yes, and that's important. Like
Hmm.
I think that's what I mentioned before. Like you breathe, the breathing exercises,
Hmm.
the
And
setting
you
your
concentrate on the breathing.
right.
That's
You
you,
block
your
out all
soul
of the noise.
concentration is the breathing. Yeah.
Right. It's like your soul concentrates. Excuse me. And you try to. I can only imagine this because I've never done it myself, and I don't know how to meditate. So
Hmm.
this is very interesting to me. And thank you so much, Albert,
Yeah.
for sharing. Um,
Yes.
he
Thank you,
says,
Albert.
then you either get up and walk or use the will to move. So you are awake, and then you use your body, or you I don't know if manipulate is the word, or you know how to control it, or you kind of float
Hmm.
around. But that's
Yeah.
interesting. He says, I
It
don't
really
meditate
is.
otherwise, he says. So
Yeah. I mean,
Albert, do
maybe
you,
it's the distance of the meditation that you're doing. Is that it, Albert? You're actually sending yourself into a conscious meditation.
so he sends himself there. Uh,
Uh, and that would be very interesting to meditate that deep and to send yourself someplace.
and he's awake the whole time, he says.
Hmm.
So he knows, he's lucid in this. So
Hmm.
that's interesting. I mean, I don't know
It
what you
is.
would call that, but um, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, but like, you know, this world has so many distractions and so
Exactly,
many
that you
things
have to
that
take time away from that to
and
really,
worries.
what is it like, smell the roses?
Right, you need to
Take your
quiet your
time.
mind, or no,
Yeah.
quiet all of the stuff around you, and then yeah, quiet your mind and then focus.
and
Mm-hmm.
concentrate, I guess, on your third eye.
Yep.
Concentrate on the, what is it, the pineal gland, or the
Yeah, it's like that second sight.
the
You know, you've heard of
pituitary.
the
I don't
second
know if it's
sight.
the same thing, but it's, yeah, your third eye chakra. Invoke that.
Mm-hmm. Because the second sight is actually the ability to see future and past.
Yeah, the K2 meter is
That's the
going
second
crazy.
sight.
Yeah, the K2 meter is going crazy. Kat said. Um,
Oh my goodness. So do you
uh,
want to do the rods?
uh,
You
Albert actually said, it says, no, I'm definitely out of body in an energy state.
wow.
Um, I have
So
I have
cool.
seen energy beings and spheres, portals. I can also um, will a blue ring by focusing my intent above my mind and
So
holding the
that's his
frequency
color. His
like
color
a
is
note.
blue.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
what I wonder what chakra that is. Yes, focus is key. Concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Exclamation mark. So yeah, that's important.
It is.
Like concentration, focusing your mind, quieting your mind,
Are you
trying to,
focusing it on the specific? Are you focusing on something specific that you want
yeah.
to see?
Albert, are you focusing on something in specific, and then do you do you try to manifest things like the blue ring and such things like spheres? Um, do you see other beings? Like he says he sees energy beings.
What do
Oh,
they
that's
look like?
good.
Yeah, I guess energy like a radiating.
So I wonder if they're like auras.
Yeah, maybe do you see their auras, Albert? Just floating there? Like, is it just one person or five? Are they just there, or do you have to manifest them yourself? Or that's an interesting question.
Hmm.
Yeah, the mind is a powerful thing, Angela.
I was just what I moved that because I'm wondering if that was affecting that he had manifested.
Oh, Albert says it's more focusing on the feeling of holding that frequency and the idea of a blue ring. Just because within I've seen within one a white sphere that radiated extreme bliss and peacefulness.
Mm. You know, Albert, I did something like that, but mine was a little bit more different in the respect that I was actually in surgery, fully asleep. And when they lost my heartbeat for a short moment, I was actually sent outside of my body. But I was also asking to go into the bright light because of the blissful happiness, euphoric state that I felt that light was bringing me. But I had people push me back down. So that's why I'm still alive, because it wasn't my time.
And
But
who wouldn't
that
want,
light was euphoric.
right? Who wouldn't want to go towards
Exactly.
a light that
Something
feels
that
super
was so
cool?
blissful and made you feel like I could take a deep breath and it won't cause any lack of energy.
Yeah, I definitely feel that like the colors are have a
Hmm.
meaning behind them. Like he said that
Yeah.
he saw a green energy field, like a green field. He says the
Hmm.
other times I've seen three clouds within a ring, which I saw 2 weeks later when I let my dog outside to do his business. So yeah,
Well, you know, it must have been a good thing for the dog, but even better for you, because
yeah,
those things, I think they give us the sense of hope
hmm,
that we know what we're doing is actually working.
yeah.
And maybe we're not doing it intentionally, but it helps give us that sense of calm that we all like.
And that's what this world needs. That's what humans need
Hmm.
to kind of stop and just be calm.
Yes.
But that's very difficult.
very
It
difficult for a lot
is.
of people. A lot of people, you know, they don't even like to listen to their own thoughts.
No, they
They
don't
don't like
they
to,
don't take
you know.
time away
Mhm.
for themselves, let alone anybody else, but they don't take time away for themselves.
Mhm.
And I think when you're willing to open up is the best time for you and everything else.
Right, when you let
Mhm.
go of all the stuff, all the distractions, all of the
Mhm.
earthly stuff, I guess, and
Yes,
you just kind of like, you know, fall into yourself, I guess. I don't know.
exactly.
Kind of like, kind of like Inside Out. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to imagine what that would be like. Um, but
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's really cool.
it is.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
That's
you,
really
Albert.
cool.
We do appreciate everything. Um, you know, I like to hear the everything that the life and the meditation and everything that you guys can give to us as information just helps solidify that what we're wanting to find out. Um, I think what we do paranormally has been, we talked about at the beginning, I
Mhm.
think has been a far more historical background than we can even imagine. Um, Again, like I said, the indigenous tribes and people of the area in Australia 28,000 years ago, they were making paintings in their caves to show us that the living were able to speak to the dead or
Mhm.
interested in doing it. In Indonesia, that's even 10,000 years further back based on their drawings and their paintings in their caves
Yeah,
in their areas.
and I think it
So this is
all.
not something recent, it's something old. Um is there anything that anybody would like to see us do, or would you like to see us maybe do an old fashioned one where we're not using technology and the only thing that we're doing is, of course, either recording it or doing it live, but maybe put some trigger objects out that would interest the spirit and see what
Mhm.
those are. Ooh, pardon me. It's going to probably have to go pretty quick after this because it's medicine time.
Yeah,
In any
medicine.
case,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like medicine time, and once medicine time comes, that's almost bedtime.
Yeah, because the
So
medicine works quickly.
it does. But
Did you move the SLS?
Yeah, because
I
it says
don't see
something
anything
happening.
on there. I haven't seen
Well,
anything flashing
this
either.
section, right?
Oh, Cass says that there's something trying to manifest, I guess, in the SLS.
Oh,
It's.
really?
Can you see it on the screen? You're gonna make your screen bigger so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, it's on
Is
the
it down by your arm?
it's actually in the front of the table.
I think maybe the lamp might be helping out.
This
Is
right
that
here.
the
Yeah,
little
it
white
seems like
piece
it's
that's on your
touching it.
there's a little white
Put
piece
your
on your
hand over.
shirt.
Oh no, it's at the opposite side. It's on that side.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's by the. Yeah, it's like a mirror image, right?
Yeah, I think
Mm.
yeah, Cass moved the SLS. It has like a auto remote,
Oh,
and
really?
the 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 little machine,
It's
SLS
by the
machine,
candle.
it moves
He or
down.
she. Sorry, I didn't mean to
So
say
he or
it.
she is here for sure. They're actually laying on this part of the table around this side,
Huh.
just kind of, maybe trying to.
With with your left hand, or
Mhm.
put the. Why don't you get the K2 meter?
You know,
Why
it's
don't you use
pretty
the K2
interesting. I
meter?
mean, it's almost like we should ask it a question
Mhm.
and see if it could do something.
Okay, let's ask it a question.
Ask Him or her.
Okay.
Him or her. Okay. Um, the presence in the SLS, I can see it moving.
Well, the
Hmm.
SLS is not facing forward, so we can't really see it.
Yeah, the table is red because
Face the K2 meter forward to the camera, the webcam.
Can you pull the K2 meter towards us?
yeah.
It's actually following the SLS now.
Ah.
Oh my gosh, it's almost sitting down now.
It's following the SLS. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it. I mean to say he or she. Who's here with us?
Yeah, can you touch my hand?
Do we have the digital recorder?
It's actually in my backpack and available at the time.
Where's the button?
Can it tap the globe, the globe that we have? Can it try and use that to help with its energy?
It is actually moving. I don't know. It's just I don't know what it's doing. I'm trying to see it in my phone, you guys. It's like crazy. I'm tripping out because it's like the first time
Do
I
you have enough batteries, you think?
it's possible. So we actually brought out the Black Star, so
Yeah, you can see. I don't know if that has batteries.
this has batteries, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get our digital recorder and turn it on.
Where's the one that Angie gave us? Oh, but that one's not loud enough.
You know what? I think we're out of batteries on this. I put fresh
What about
batteries in.
PSB?
Yeah.
The
What about
PSB?
Where's the one that Angie gave us?
Let me use the batteries in the PSB. Because I used the other fresh batteries earlier.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's still there. See, the whole table is red. It's showing the table is red. And that's weird
Wow.
because everything was gray before. I don't know if whoever has been here the entire time, you know.
PSB 7, does that work? PSB 7.
Yes.
What kind of battery does it take? Triple?
I think it's AAA.
Yeah, AAA. These ones I put fresh batteries in it the other day. Because we gotta be ready. It's just the digital recorder that's let me get it out. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Hold on, Diana. Get me the
Uh-huh.
other batteries, Cass. The double A.
I'm sorry, people. I have to get comfortable here. Put my feet up a little bit.
Yeah, lay down.
It's almost like, let's go to bed now.
Oh, that one takes double A?
Okay, it's recording now. I changed the batteries. We're gonna place it right here. And whatever presence is here with us, can you please come closer? Come up on the top of the table and speak into this box. It won't hurt you. I'm just
You'll
trying
see the red area around the speaker to where which digital recorder do you have?
I have the Olympus.
Oh, the Olympus. So there's a little red area on there to the right in the middle, and you can always talk right into that speaker. Oh, and that actually it's a microphone. I'm sorry. And feel free to say your name, dates,
The
hello,
batteries don't work on the PSB?
or any of our names.
I'm not sure what it could be because it seems to be touching the K2 meter.
Yeah.
Huh.
It looks like it's trying to get the energy from either the candle, maybe because we were talking about natural energy.
Let
Mm.
me see if I can switch the screen. Okay, can you guys see that better?
Yes.
It's interesting.
It doesn't seem to be changing too much. I wonder if it's a false.
Well, we don't know about false maps or any of that stuff.
Oh, okay, it's touching my hand.
Oh, it's touching your hand.
Who's
Really?
here? What's your name?
It's reaching out.
Hi, who are you? Shaking my hand? Hi, how are you?
Is Cassandra's hand really nice to hold? She's a sweet person.
Please let us know.
When you speak into the digital recorder, when we stop it, you'll be able to hear. We'll be able to hear you say something.
That's interesting. See the gray went away, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
us, and it's like the stick figure is still there.
Huh.
We need to get to know our SLS camera better.
Yeah, like let's take it
Yes,
out
we
into
really
the
are.
field.
Because
Yeah, because we
I
don't
see the
know.
stick figure. I see the stick figure moving. I do see it. It's really interesting. It's really odd.
Okay,
I know, that
so
is-
let's use a formal communication.
Okay,
We'll leave the
let's try
digital recorder on the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
let's try the dowsing rods
Yes.
and leave the digital recorder recording. If anyone on chat would like to ask a question
Yeah, but we gotta open it up
to the being,
white light only.
to the presence that's here, we only open up communication with those of the white light only, spirits, spirit guides, um, family members that have passed on. We're gonna go ahead and use our dowsing rods to communicate with you. Can you please let us know? Can you please let us know what yes would mean? Either cross the rods or open them. Okay, so yes means crossing.
Okay, great.
Okay. And, okay, so the opposite would be so so your form of communicating with us, letting us know your answer for no. What is the answer for no on the rods? Okay, so opening outwards is the answer for no. Okay. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and reset the rods. Um, the presence that I can see you. You're by the table
Oh
on my
yeah.
left. Yeah. Um, are you a female? That's a no.
So are you a male?
Hold on, let me reset the rods.
Okay.
The presence that is here by the table and is present Are you a male spirit? I guess that's a yes. It keeps swinging.
Okay.
Yeah, it's swinging to the
Are
left. It's
you?
like pointing towards it or her,
Huh.
him or her. But it's a him.
It's a
Yes.
him.
Letting
Can you
know
ask
it's a him.
it? Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
he,
Do
Okay, it's a
you
he.
he.
do you know anyone in the chat or in the room?
The spirit present. Do you know anyone in the chat or anyone in the room? Do you know anyone in the chat? Let's start with that.
He's touching the K2 meter
Yeah, it seems like he's touching the K2 meter.
and the digital recorder.
Okay. Do you happen to know anyone in the room? So that's a no. So it's someone on chat.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who do we have in chat? Can we start naming names?
Okay.
How about this? First of all, do you know Diana?
The presence in the room is it a family member of Diana? Do you know Diana? It's like the right one's swinging, but it's like not strong enough.
Mm.
Let me get Cass is bringing the ball closer to me so it can use energy.
Someone just put on lit up a mortar, you know those big loud boom ones?
Uh-huh.
Fireworks. I can start hearing them.
Oh, probably because, it's 9
Yep,
o'clock.
next Thursday.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask again. Because I probably try to ask two questions in one.
Yeah.
Um, is the presence that is here, the male presence, do you happen to know Diana personally? He's trying to cross it. Yeah. He. Okay, crossed over. Yeah.
It did
So
cross.
he
Okay.
happens to know you.
Huh.
It took a while to answer. You might want to restart.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah,
don't
just
seem
see.
to. They have a hard time
Ask
today,
if
huh?
it
You gotta lift
does
them
it
up a
know
little bit more so
anyone
they
in
can.
chat?
I don't know if it's your shirt because it's black. It's hard to see the rod.
Okay. The male presence here. Do you happen to know anyone else in chat other than Diana? Yeah, like cross over.
So let's concentrate on chat
Okay.
and see if anybody on chat would like to ask a question. I'm
Yes.
not sure how many people. Oh, I believe we have 6 people watching.
It is touching the meter.
He.
He. Angie, it is touching. He is touching the meter.
Sorry, we're trying to stay respectful to you. We know you're here talking to us, and this is something new to us. We fully respect you, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end the communication with the rods, and try the pendulum.
Okay.
My throat's a little dry. Excuse me.
You want water?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to get some water, most definitely. Now, I have a pendulum here. I do have a grid. Unfortunately, with my setup being so primitive and,
No.
makeshift, because I don't plan on doing it. Do you guys have a pendulum and grid there?
Yes, we do. So don't worry. Don't worry, Di.
Oh, okay.
I got it. Okay, I'm gonna open up communication.
We
And
need to make sure that people can see what you're doing.
okay.
So let me move you up a little. They can see it. So hold on a second. Um,
Okay, right here. Okay, and we're open to any questions in chat too. But Angie actually has a question. Um, we opened the grid communication with uh, white light members only, positive energies only. Um, we asked if Mr. Wilson is here, Angie's dad. And that's a yes.
Ah.
Okay.
Angie, your dad's been really wanting to talk to you just like mine. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um,
And it's so funny how he's being like, okay, I want to be seen. Let me show you me and that I am here by sitting on the table.
it's like your dad and Angie's dad hang out together.
yeah. Let's
That's what it
ask
seems
other
like.
questions.
Okay. What question do you have, Cass?
I have a question about the universe.
Okay, let's ask a question about the universe.
Is our universe a twin universe? Is there a parallel universe that parallels to us? Yes or no? Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna? Okay,
Okay.
let's just ask the questions that people wanna know.
Okay.
yeah. Is there extraterrestrial is Mr. Wilson, are you able to see extraterrestrial spirit?
Mr. Wilson, are you able to see extraterrestrial spirits? Possibly.
Huh.
Angie wants to know if the figure in the room, the male presence, if that is her father. Oh, it's not answering.
Well,
He,
I'll tell you, he does know me
Yeah,
be-
it's
because
he
he
said.
did know me in life.
Yeah, he
So,
says no.
well, we don't know who's answering. Okay, my
yeah.
question is, I have a question. The figure that's here with us, are you the one controlling the pendulum now?
No.
Okay,
Hmm.
so now we know that we're asking questions to other people, other people, other spirits.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we could ask how many spirits are in the room and start saying one,
Okay.
two, three, four, and see how many spirits are there.
Are there more than two spirits present here, other than the male presence? Unknown.
No.
Unknown.
Unknown.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the presences in the room, you can't see each other. You cannot see other presences in the room. Is that correct? Possibly.
Okay. I have a question then.
Okay.
Can you see us?
Diana wants to know, any presence in the room, can you see us? That's a yes.
Okay. So they could see us.
I
Okay, I
have a
have a
question.
question. Huh?
Kat said she has a question.
Okay.
Okay, are there under 3 people here talking to us? Under 3.
Okay. Are there under 3 presences in this room right now? No.
No. Hmm.
Are there under 6
Are
people here?
Are there under 6 presences here in this room right now?
I'm just going to maneuver around so you guys can ask questions so I can start laying in bed.
Okay, because they
Wow.
can't see each other. So possibly there's total of 6.
So they're
Okay. Now, are you here temporarily just to visit? Because you know we have a show on Friday nights that we contact spirits and people who have passed on. Is that why you're here? Yes or no?
yes.
Wow.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. See, they already know that we're going to be opening up communication in different forms, and so they try to get their message across. Um, is there at least one presence in this room that needs to portray a message tonight? It's circling.
Huh.
Yeah, it's circling.
So it doesn't really want to answer.
Right. It's still circling. Okay. Um,
Ask if the plasma will help.
okay. Um, I want to ask you spirits of the white light, does this little machine here, the little ball, does this help you communicate with me better? Yes, it does.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, well, that's good. Thank you for letting us know. We actually purchased this especially for you guys because we want to help you manifest or speak your message,
Yes.
more efficiently. And we thank you for letting us know and for being patient. Um, is the presence that is by the table? Did you try to touch my sister's hand? Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going yes. So yeah, it tried to touch your hand, Cass.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it looked like it was reaching out, and it looks like it's just kind of resting there. It's weird.
I wonder if we like move something, if it'll change. I don't. Since it's the first time we use it, I don't know if it's like a false positive or
Yeah.
really someone is there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know what to change.
or what to look for that that would create a false positive.
Maybe
I don't know. Try to stand there and see if it disappears. It's over here.
okay, but I can't see you. You gotta tell me which way to go.
Okay, just stand there. I haven't seen it move yet.
Oh, could be a false positive. I wonder if it's this.
I don't know. I haven't seen it because there's a tiny bit of a lag. So
If it's maybe the tablecloth.
Yeah, it went away.
So you think it's the tablecloth, or I scared him?
He's over in the back over here somewhere now.
Oh, he moved.
Yeah. Okay, go back to your seat and see what happens.
He didn't like me being there next to him.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He was like, I'm out of here. She's weird. So, bear with us, guys. There is like a slight delay. So, just kind of observe and report. Let us know.
Okay, so
Okay, you went back to your seat, and then, yeah,
not there anymore.
it's not there anymore. But it went like right behind here.
Hmm.
It took off.
Oh,
But the K2 is kind of like glowing a little
yeah.
bit. At least what I see here on my screen here. That's interesting.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Let me move it upward. What's going on with Diana? Is she fucking cleaning her room or what?
What now?
Oh, she's rearranging stuff so she can go to bed. Go to a night-night.
Yes, it's good. I'm trying to get into the bed because the bed lets my abdomen be a little bit more comfortable.
Let's do one more question and then we'll try the tarot. It's a new tarot that actually Diana purchased. See, I don't see the manifestation anymore. I don't see the male presence anymore. He's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking around for him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did not like it.
That's cool how that thing moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of like jumped over from here to there.
Oh my god.
He was kind of like in like a little ball, and then he took off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he didn't like you. Well,
Uh-oh.
he probably didn't want, you know,
To be touched.
to, yeah. Okay, is the male presence that was by my table here in the front, are you still here? He said yes. Um, when my sister
Sorry.
when my sister walked over to you, did you get startled? No. It said no.
Oh, okay, good.
He probably thought you were just walking and he didn't want to be in your way, maybe. Did you just want to move out of the way so she can walk past you? Yes.
Oh, what a gentleman.
So he's being a gentleman. So
Thank
that's
you.
nice. Okay.
Sorry about that.
We apologize for her walking over. We just wanted to make sure that it was you and we weren't, going crazy or anything.
Y'all are getting a false positive, which means that we really don't know if that was you. We didn't know if it was you or not because it's a brand new system that we're using.
Yeah.
So that we can see you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we got to see you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and quick communication with the grid. We're gonna go ahead and close the communication with this, and we're going to try the PSP. I thought I heard everyone.
Sounds like a deep male voice. Are you trying to tell us something?
Are you trying to tell us something?
It sounds like there is a male with a deep voice.
You answer the question.
I thought I heard it say hello. Did you just say hello to me? I said hello.
Do you know our names?
Do you know our names?
You can kind of make some things out, but it is pretty low.
Yeah, it is pretty low. Let me see if I can maybe change the batteries, guys. I'm gonna put this on pause for a second. You can hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I heard your name, Diana. But I wasn't sure.
Ask it to say my nickname. If it knows my nickname, then it knows it's saying me. So you could say, "Can you give me her nickname?"
Can you give me her nickname?
Dee Dee? I thought I just heard that.
Let me switch it out. Let me. I feel like I need more batteries in this. So let me go ahead and try to use the Bose and see what try my chances with that. I just wanted to make sure that it's the wire, that it's not the wire. You saw like a light outside. That's weird. You saw a flash outside. Oh, Kat said she saw a flash outside.
Wow.
Okay, can everyone hear that? I thought I heard hi.
Hello.
Can anyone say their name? Did you come to visit? I heard maybe. Spirits of the White Light, did you happen to say Diana's name?
Is there
Spirits of
anyone
the
in
White Light,
chat that would like to ask a question?
does this help you? Can you turn it up higher? Hold on. I think it might be the cable. I hear. Okay. Yeah.
Are you hearing anything, Carmen?
What's that?
Are you hearing anything?
I keep hearing like hi.
You can have to say what you hear.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to give their name or someone that they know that's on chat now?
Does anyone, Spirits of the White, like, does anyone want to give their name or any name in the chat? I thought I heard hi again. Miss you?
Who do you miss?
Who do you miss? Dad? Hi.
How many spirits are here this evening?
Yeah, how many spirits are here this evening? Why is it so low?
I'm hearing like a ringing bell a lot.
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Let me change the sweep rate. I think all our batteries are drained. Let me go back to the Black Star and see, try my chances there. Baby? Who is here?
Can you let us know? Are you hearing like a lot of a beeping or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little beep. I thought I heard sick and guardian.
Wow.
Who's the guardian? Present? You're present?
Who are you guarding?
Who are you guarding?
Thought I heard someone say wood. I did not hear a person. Is anyone in chat asking any questions?
You know, he said.
Wow.
John.
If we open this communication up, would you feel better if we did this outside mobile?
I heard outside.
Outside.
Only white light people here.
Yeah.
Can you give us the name of the person you're here to visit?
Yes, can you give us the name of the person you're here to visit? My baby.
I thought I heard Cassandra.
Diana said that she thought she heard your name. Cass. Cassandra. She thought she heard Cassandra. I love you, it said.
Oh, thank you. Who is this?
Ramon?
I know, I thought I heard Ramon.
Ramon?
Bob?
Who's here?
We're sorry that it's not loud enough, but if you can get closer and speak a little louder, maybe they can hear you. Friend? Who's friend?
We only accept people of the white light here. Positive spirits, please. Only here. Protect us.
Nothing lower than that.
Yeah.
Only high vibrations only.
Here at Diana's home and in the people in chat. Only white light.
Yeah, you may not infiltrate anyone in chat or Diana's home or our home. Do you understand? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for understanding.
Thank you.
He just said yeah. What's your name?
Does anyone care to say any of our names?
Rebecca?
I thought I heard Rebecca. Is Rebecca your name?
Can you give us the name of the person you're here to visit?
Can you tell us the name of the person you would like to visit or have a message for? What happened? Okay, we're going to go ahead and close communication soon. So if you have any messages, please shout them right here in this box and we'll hear you.
Ladies?
I heard ladies.
Who's this?
Well,
Who said
thank
ladies?
you. Who is this?
Do you have a message for your friends and family? I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Who is that too? What's your name?
Raymond.
Raymond? Raymond, who do you know? What is the name of the person you know that you're giving the message to?
Thank you so much for your communication. We're gonna go ahead and close it. Close this session. You understand that you need to stay here. Go back
No,
from
you
where
need
you
to
came.
you need to return to where you came from.
You need to return from where you came from. You are not allowed to stay here. Do you understand?
Sounded like
We're
someone
like
just
whistle
whistled.
type.
Yeah, it's like very sweet.
Who's whistling? Did you just whistle?
I heard a whistle.
I thought I heard Cassandra.
Cassandra? Who said Cassandra?
It's a guy because I keep hearing a male voice.
Yeah, it's a male. Oh my god.
That was a weird noise. What was that?
I'm constantly hearing like a beep sound.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for communicating with us. You can go ahead and return from where you came. Do not stay here. Do you understand? We do not accept anyone to remain here but us. This is our space. We thank you and we appreciate you communicating with us. Goodbye.
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 Bye.
Okay.
Well,
It was
everyone,
low, like that's where the batteries, none of the batteries
Yeah.
worked on anything.
It's because we need
I
new
know, and
batteries,
it sucked my
unfortunately.
battery on my phone.
Also, they weren't new batteries.
The PSP7 is new, but not the speaker.
Angie said that she kept hearing a ringing sound.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah, like-
Diana kept hearing like this little ringing in like the background, and it's like
Yeah, it's almost like people
Wonder
were
what
trying
kind
to
of
cut
ringing,
in.
what it was about. Was it like a bell or?
no, not a bell.
Like something beeping, like the door going ding ding ding
like
ding.
like a ding ding, but not
Like
not like an actual bell, but like a ringing or a,
Yeah, like a computer type of dinging.
almost like computer like,
Oh,
but not robotic.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
They're very interesting.
And it just kept doing it
Okay,
like
did you wanna do the cards?
Yeah, let's see what we
Let's
can.
test it out since we're new to it. I think it'd be a fun little new thing to do.
Yeah, take out Diana's Ghosted Spirits Tarot.
And let's start with Angela. Can Angela ask a question? Maybe and we'll see what the
Angie said it
card
sounded
is.
like a computer.
Yeah, that's what Diana said.
Yeah, it's computerized for some unknown reason it was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty constant.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. I'm the worst at shuffling, so pardon my shuffling.
Do you need
And then maybe you can ask
like
Angela, can you
something else more
tell
flat
me
than
when to
that?
cut
Let me get you something
from?
else because that's not a blanket. Is not gonna work. It's gonna be underneath there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Just start shuffling.
I don't know if that'll help you.
Yes.
I guess if a card pops out, then we have to save that.
Yeah, just a single card reading. I'm a newbie at this. I'm not familiar with.
It's okay. You can do this. Think positive.
Yeah. So, if anyone
Just
would
practice.
like to,
Practice. Keep shuffling. So your is this one Diana's?
yeah, this one could be for you, Diana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just tell me what it is,
Just get them
fan
all
it out,
fixed
and then
and
slide a
don't
card
like
out,
for
and I
real.
don't care what card it is. Pick
Get them all
your
like
choice.
situated.
Let me get them situated because they're kind of like. Shuffling the cards. Kind of get the energy right here. Trying to get everything situated here.
When you want to say hi to people in the chat, say hey.
Just let us know, guys, if you want like a one card reading, you can go ahead and jump on it. Let us know.
No, that's
Okay,
it.
that's it right here. 8 of Wands. And let me see if I can.
What kind of cards are those?
These cards right here are the Ghost and Spirits Tarot.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I have a little book right here that actually explains what the card reading is. Let me go ahead and flip the page here. Okay, 8 of Wands. You got the battlefield ghosts. The ghosts have been spotted on old battlefields all over the world. Some attribute to this paranormal phenomenon to the violent, traumatic nature of the deaths and inability of victims to completely transfer from the physical realm from the physical realm. Such concentration of violent energy may also leave imprints that linger and become fixed in our collective unconscious, accounting
Wow.
for visual impressions experienced by the living who visit these haunted sites. Lightning illuminates the battlefield, revealing what has been hiding in the shadows. The skeletons of ghosts continue to march on between the world of the material and the ethereal atmosphere of spirit represented by fog. Divinatory meaning. A rapid response will set things into swift motion. Before charging forth, make sure you approach your efforts with um, methodical, focused intent. Don't let shadows of the past prevent you from moving forward.
Wow.
So that is the 8 of Wands.
That's
And
really good.
also The Eight of Wands meaning, like, by Google. Trying to figure out. Actually, my Wi-Fi's off, so I'm not going to go there.
That's okay, you can turn it on.
So definitely, that was your message for the one card message right now for you, Diana.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm. So whoever's next, I don't know if you want to do one, Cass.
Angie has a love question. She says,
Okay.
it has to do with love.
Okay, so you want like a love
Just shuffle
Card.
a little bit.
Mm. Okay, spirit guides and ghosts of the present and the past. Please let us know a message for Angela and her love life, if you know anything, any insight. I know we know that love is free will and love is special. Make it a special card. Oh, there
Jumped
it is.
out.
Okay. There we
Ooh,
go.
we have a jumper.
Yes, it's the High Priestess, which is very good. And that this is, I believe, is a major arcana card, if I'm correct. Yes.
The High Priestess.
And this High Priestess is the Enchantress Sybil. The most famous oracle of Greek-Roman legend, the Sybil of Cumae, Italy, guided Aeneas through the land of the dead and enabled him to return to the living. The Sybil interweaves the energies of past lives and future events. She illuminates the scene where dreamlike specters mingle with relics of the past. A pathway provides a passage to clarity and higher understanding. The sparkles indicate a divine presence.
Sparkle.
Divinatory meaning. Listen to your inner voice and allow intuition to be your compass as you continue along your path. This is a card about accessing and utilizing one's inner wisdom. So, what I think it's saying is that, you know, the High Priestess is like a power card.
Yeah.
It's a
Definitely.
powerful person. So you're like a powerhouse. You have to listen to what's inside your energy in order to manifest what you want. So what you want is love, right? So you want to focus and
On
your
love.
energies on love, on loving yourself, loving people, loving like cutie, your daughter, your family, stuff like that. Angie, that was your card for your one love card.
You should
Now,
do
let's
one
go
for
to
her for
Sandra.
career. I want to know if she's gonna write a book or if she's gonna do something creative
Okay, so
for Angie.
so another one for Angie. Career-wise, creativity, spirit guides, and those from the past and the present. Help us in selecting a card for Angela and creativity. Make it jump out and let us know. It looks like you got 3 cards.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
I see elbow, Diana.
I'm gonna start nodding off here in a second. So Don't
Okay.
bother me. I'm just listening.
So we have the Page of Pentacles.
The medicine's making her sleepy.
Yeah. And the Two of Cups.
Ooh, cups.
There we go. Better.
I like cups.
Me too.
And the Magician. Ooh, this is pretty. This is very nice looking. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and the Magician is a major arcana. Um, so it's called the Magician Psychopomp. Psychopomps
Mhm.
assist those transitioning between death and afterlife to offer comfort to both the living and the dead. The psychopomp helps to provide a bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. In essence, the merging of all layers of consciousness symbolizes wholeness and self-awareness. The,
Mm.
the spirals indicate the transference of energy from one to another, from form to another. They also reiterate the cyclical nature of life and afterlife. Uh, Divinatory meaning: the human psyche hosts limitless knowledge about the universe and the omnipresent energies around us. You can access messages beyond the veils of immediate recognition if you open up channels of communication with the mysteries that lie just beyond limited perception. So, from what this is telling me, is to open up your like, I guess, to open up your creativity, to expand your knowledge, to allow yourself to be open to other things that you would normally do.
Mhm.
Um, okay, Page of Pentacles. Jack Frost. With his magical touch, Jack Frost can transform bleak gray landscapes in sparkling, crystal-covered scenery. He leaves his trademark on windows, etching his intricate designs on the glass. The solitary creature remains unseen, but nips at the ear and noses of children to warn them of the potential dangers of cold. The uniqueness of snowflakes suggests that there is no limit to one's creativity. The green houseplant ensures that the potential for growth is on the horizon. The transparent glass reveals the outside world. If you
Mm.
take time to look closely, you'll see things with more clarity and insight. Divinatory meaning: listen carefully to important messages concerning your creative and financial potential. This is a time to engage in studies, explore your inner child, and uh, to discover unique talent. So, expanding, it's saying expanding. Snowflakes are unique and different. Each one is unique and different. So just think about that. Like, you're an individual snowflake. Only you
Mm.
can do certain things that other people can't. So it's like, just be open, is what it's saying. These two cards.
Well,
And
that's
then,
pretty cool.
yeah, and it totally went with, what we were asking.
Mhm.
Creativity and also, work and stuff. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups right here. And right here, the picture shows Isabella and a pot of basil. John Keats' poem tells the tragic tale of a young woman's impossible relationship with a servant. Her brothers wanted their sister to marry someone of high breed, discovered her secret, and murdered her lover. They buried him in the forest and told their waiting sister that he had sailed away. His ghost appeared that his ghost appeared to her and exposed the truth of his murder. Mad with grief, Isabella found the body, cut off his head, and buried it in a pot with basil. She tended it um, with impassioned fervor and nursed it with endless tears. Upon discovering its contents, the brothers uh, absconded with the evidence, leaving Isabella to mourn the loss of the pot of basil. and all the love that it symbolized. Isabella pours water into the pot, symbol of nurturance. The robust basil represents the enduring love despite sad circumstances. Divinatory meaning. Love can hurt, but it is also a powerful force in one's life.
Mm-hmm.
Love requires give and take, the emotions of one feeding the other. So that kind of goes with what you were asking before, and also with the creativity. Like you have to feed the creativity in order to for it to be born. So you have to do things that expand your mind, your soul, like your love of things, or people, or whatever you that sparks joy within you. Um, and also it can mean a literal thing, like yeah, love can be sad, can be happy, but it's also a powerful force that can, you know, uh, change like the world. Like if there wasn't any love, you know, anywhere in this world, this world would be a sad place. So there has to be like a balance. So I guess that's what it's saying to me, for you, Angie.
And is there one more card?
That these are all the three cards right here.
Oh, the three cards. Oh,
Hmm.
goodness.
So that's quite a bit there.
Yeah, she got a good one
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah, she's
So
saying
now we
that.
have Cass and you.
Yeah, she says that she needs creativity, but I think she's already creative. It's
Oh,
just that
wait
she
a
She
needs
is.
to.
minute.
Okay.
Will it let
Okay,
me
so
fast
it's
forward?
10 o'clock, so I think we should say goodnight.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
guess
it's at, and I do apologize, with not being well. I'm,
that's not your fault though. Not
yeah,
being
ready to
well
fall
though.
asleep.
Yeah, I know you took your medicine and it's Mimi's time, so we're gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and put the cars to sleep and Diana to sleep.
Put
And
her to bed.
yeah, thank
And
you.
then next Friday we'll try and, if we can get 7 o'clock or
Hmm.
even 6:30 next week to get more people an opportunity to ask questions and do whatever. And
Yeah,
maybe we could do it on the outside of the house as opposed to inside of the house.
yeah, maybe we can move around our scenery or something. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, but we'll see. How you feel, um, and then
Yeah.
we'll come and pick you up, and we'll have a thing here, or we can do something.
Exactly.
Sometime around 6:30 or 7 p.m. next Friday. So
Yes.
stay tuned, guys. Um,
Thank you for joining us. I know we
Thank
had a
you.
lot of laggy issues and problems, and um, we are really trying to like make this more fun for you and more. We're getting kind of creative with the whole setup and everything.
Try to be more interactive. Yeah.
Yeah, more
Yes.
interactive, and like we're trying to bring in different tools of communication, and
Mhm.
just thanks for like staying tuned and watching and sticking with us go through our growing pains. But they're good. It's growing. It's moving forward. It's something new. It's something that
Yeah.
we're really excited about,
Mhm.
and I'm sure so is Car and Diana.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we really are excited to do new things. We have a couple of the things coming up. Monday night we're meeting with what is his name? I think of his name, but I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, Caesar from Anaheim
Okay, I didn't know if he
Nocturnal.
wanted his name
But
said
Oh,
out
Anaheim
loud.
Nocturnal. Really?
yes,
You're meeting
we're
with
But
them
his name's
Monday?
Caesar.
yeah we're meeting with him Monday, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do a video with him on location.
Yes, and
Mm.
you'll soon find out about the location. If you want to know about the location, check us out on Instagram. In Instagram, you're gonna find a lot of things. Like we keep you posted.
Hmm.
We put pictures, videos. We're doing little vlogs of when we go and investigate. So just check us out on Instagram and Twitter as
Yes,
well.
and also check out Anaheim Nocturnal. He's got some videos too.
And he does give a lot of history on the location that he
Mhm.
goes to investigate. Also, if you can find us on the internet, we're under hashtags Parababes. We also have a new PayPal account. We are a group that like to travel and like to video everything and get, you know, get the investigations to you.
I mean, we try to, you know, build things and try to make a better,
just everything that we do in
Right.
here with this. We had to buy a new CPU, new RAM. We had to buy different things, and to us, we love it. You know, but
Yeah.
it does help
Yes.
to if you enjoy it, if you enjoy our streams, if you enjoy our videos, you know, we appreciate it. If you can just leave a message, you don't have to donate, not at all. Just leave a message down below. Let us know how you enjoying it. Let us know if you want us to change anything, or let us know if you want to see anything new.
Suggestions help. Yeah.
Yeah, suggestions and comments.
It's okay. Sorry.
So, anyways, we want to go now because she's tired, we're tired, and we've been here for 3 hours. We always say we're going to be on for an hour, and we don't want to push Diana too much tonight. So,
Yeah,
next
she's
Friday,
right.
we're going to go pick her up. She's going to be with us in the studio, and we're going to have her here, and we're going to have a whole week to test this new program that we're using called OBS that always gives us lag, and I don't understand why. Maybe if you do know how to fix the lag, let me know below.
New things and new videos are coming in July. We got some birthdays. We got a lot of
the Queen Mary video.
Yeah, a lot of things coming up. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna stop the stream and hope that you all have a great night.
Thank you so much, Parachatters.